snavel in there.
A little splifferoni.
Sprinkle dust.
Only time I've ever
boys.
seen G like really smoke cigs is in Europe, you know, just because he's in the culture.
Oh, dude, it's such a vibe in Europe. For some reason, it doesn't really count when you're there because you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm in Europe, mate. You know, let's do this thing.
We were at that bro. We were at that Balmain show during Paris Fashion Week. We were at this Balmain show.
Oh my god, that shit was nuts. I don't know.
Bro, it was crazy. We were in these like they fucking put us in these like fucking 30-pound jackets with like metal studs on it.
Johnson was wearing literally like a $40,000 jacket.
Yeah, shit was fire though. It was like a really cool environment. Got to like see the runway like fucking front row. It was like super dope experience. And then after the fact, they were having this after party Balmain, and Olivier, not R, no hard R, Olivier. I gotta say it in the French way. He's their creative director, and he was the one who worked on the line, and like he's awesome. He had this crazy after party like underneath this like French club. It was like this in this like basement area, and so me and G pull up, and it's like fuck. I don't even know if you can talk about this shit, but like
I don't know, dude. But it was just nuts. That's what I'm gonna say. You should go to a Balmain after party in Paris if you ever get the chance. You have to go. You have to.
What do you mean? You have to.
There was just. I'm saying no. Of course, I'll talk about it. There was and like everyone was so like desensitized to this shit. It's like they like do this shit frequently. I was like, wow, this is. I mean,
dude, it's France, man.
It's
They're
crazy,
like advanced,
So we go down there and like this.
No judgment over there.
This kind of like this big woman comes out on stage and she's like the hostess and she's like in this crazy glam. Looking back, it could be drag because then about like 10 minutes into it, she just like whips off her pants and there's this huge cock, like just massive cock, and like everyone's like yeah, like cheering.
Was it real?
And me and G, and there's like there's
it
girls
was swinging around like it was real, man.
Okay, and there's girls like twirling on
buoyant.
like there's just like naked chicks twirling like in these little banister things up top, like these weird like trapeze artist things,
and everyone's also just having like casual conversations, but enjoying the show at the same time because it's kind of like a show they're putting on for like 15 minutes at one point.
Yeah, and it was just crazy, bro. And I was just like. Whoa. I'm like, is this like just fucking fashion culture? Maybe I can get hip, you know, whip that thing out again, you know.
we had a few. It's those trips where you're like, it's nice to have someone like who's been like there forever with you in those moments because you're like, you can like,
what the fuck?
You can kind of appreciate
like we experienced
what is going on.
We ended up just setting the vibe though, you know, just watching the show.
Oh no, it was dope.
Getting drunk as shit.
This one time,
G was smoking cigs. That's why I remember that picture. Remember in that
I
flash
remember that
jacket.
picture. Yep.
No, I had an experience similar to that, but it was in New York. My lawyer at the time convinced me and like a few of my buddies to go. It's called The Box in New York.
Oh, I've heard of The
But
Box.
I went on.
Are you kidding?
It was like a Thursday
Isn't
night.
that what Roddy Ricch's song is about?
Yeah.
I don't know, but this night, I'm sure it wasn't written about this night because I was there. And bro, like I thought it was just like a club. Let's go get like you know, have some drinks. And bro, it starts in like same thing, like cock flying around.
That's
and
Europe,
then like
dude.
bro, like there's like they were sitting on wine bottles.
Oh,
like bro, it was like I was blown the fuck away that this is allowed, and people are like drinking like cheersing.
They were sitting on
Bro, sitting on bottles. They were like fucking on stage,
and aren't they like?
And it's like bro. It was not what Roddy Ricch was talking about for sure.
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
That doesn't sound like what he was talking about.
Bro, it was. I
don't know,
bro,
dude.
there's places like that in like London and shit where like they fucking will literally like they'll piss on the crowd and like if you're front row like you gotta expect that, but people pay a lot of money for these front row seats. It's like some crazy like some crazy shit.
That sounds like a fetish or something.
I don't know why I'm like, if it's in Europe,
it feels right.
You do it, you know. If it's in America, like, wait a minute.
Then it's just like dark and weird. I feel like if it's in America,
but if
it's like this foreign,
there,